Coming up today on this spooky edition of the Slate, we check out the 5th installment of the Halloween favorite Saw and count down our top 5 horror DVDs and much more. Yabba dabba doo! You're watching the Slate. Hello and welcome to the Slate. Bam bam! I'm your Stone Age host, Nick Maslow. Before we begin, let's get a movie news update. Horror fans rejoice. The brand new trailer for the remake of the classic Friday the 13th is now online. The trailer is packed with atmosphere and a spine-tingling soundtrack. The filmmakers have taken an if it ain't broke, don't fix it approach to the film. Even the dialogue hasn't changed from the original movie. Director Marcus Nispel isn't new to remakes. He also helmed 2003's Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Let's hope he makes up for that disappointment and more with Friday the 13th. Coming off the success of Hancock, director Peter Berg is rumored to be developing a movie adaptation of EA's best-selling video game, Army of Two. The game follows two beefed-up mercenaries who uncover a global conspiracy and blow stuff up. Bourne Ultimatum writer Scott Z. Burns has been tapped to pin the film. Video game adaptations are known to not measure up, but with such a talented writer in Burns, maybe Army of Two can change that. Well, it looks like Guillermo del Toro won't be helming the film version of the comic book character Doctor Strange. He is choosing instead to direct The Hobbit. But that's not stopping Marvel Studios. They're going full speed ahead with the Doctor Strange film with or without the Oscar-winning director. Marvel's Kevin Feige told MTV that he would not be shocked if he saw a Doctor Strange movie released in 2012 or 2013. Now let's take a look at what's hitting theaters this week. Saw 5 picks up right where the last film left off. Following Jigsaw's gruesome death at the end of Saw 4, Lieutenant Mark Hoffman, the serial killer's final apprentice, survives to carry on Jigsaw's legacy. Agent Strom is left to piece together the events of the last film and discover Hoffman's dark secret. Meanwhile, 5 strangers are being taught the valuable lesson of teamwork through a brutal series of new traps. And that's really where this film pulls out all of the stops.
We're all here for a reason, okay? And we're all connected, as the message said. What did you do?
You go first.
It said that we're all born with advantages, right? It means we're all for money. I'm not.
And neither am I.
Hey, next, try Nancy Drew.
Well, then what does it mean?
Y'all did something wrong with an advantage you were given from birth.
Gore and more gore has long been the trademark of the Saw franchise. I'm happy to report that Saw 5 doesn't disappoint in that department. The film has plenty of new traps to torture its characters and entertain the audience who can stand it. The filmmakers have the task of tying up all the loose ends from the previous 4 films, but do a pretty good job using flashbacks to fill gaps in the characters' backstories. Lieutenant Hoffman, played by Costas Mandylor, isn't scary enough as Jigsaw's apprentice to warrant such a large amount of screen time. The Saw films were never popular because of their acting or story, and thankfully the filmmakers don't pretend otherwise. Saw 5 delivers more of the scares that made the first film so popular, and it more than makes up for the lackluster third and fourth efforts. If you're a Saw fanatic, chances are you've already bought your tickets. Regular moviegoers, on the other hand, might be turned off by the blood and guts and the convoluted story. But if, like me, you enjoy your occasional horror movie, you can do much worse than Saw 5 this Halloween. This week, Ginny and I got the chance to drop by Interview with a Vampire, playing here at UM. Let's see what the students had to say.
Tonight we are outside the Cosford cinema where everyone has gathered to watch me interview a vampire.
No, Nick, they're here for the movie.
What movie, Jenny? Anyway, earlier today I decided to do some research so that I could relate to a vampire. I actually went and found some blood and I tried it.
No.
You know, I don't want to judge my source.
Nick, the movie's actually called Interview with a Vampire.
So hold up, I drank blood for no reason.
I am a vampire, I am a vampire, I am a vampire, I am a vampire.
Okay, so why did you guys decide on chicken and cupcakes here? I don't get it.
We thought everyone likes chicken and cupcakes. Tastes good, and I know it's not a scary theme, but I don't know what else you would eat.
If you had to be turned into a vampire by any Hollywood leading lady, who would it be?
How about Carrie Fisher?
Carrie Fisher?
Oh, yeah.
In like Star Wars?
Oh yeah.
Princess
Modern
Leia.
day or?
Blues Brothers? Doesn't matter. Carrie Fisher. She can stick her teeth into my neck any day.
I'm not a vampire. Sorry.
Yeah, you are.
No, I'm not.
Prove to us that you're not a vampire.
I have morning classes.
No, he's just insane. Oh my god, there's blood on the ground. Oh my gosh, Ginny, I think a vampire has struck. Ginny! Oh my gosh. Ginny's been attacked by the vampire. Oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna have to go find a new Ginny now. I don't know what I'm gonna do without my sidekick.
Well, it looks like they really enjoyed it.
Yeah, you're right, Marilyn. You know, I was wondering, why haven't you made a scary movie in all of your career?
Nick, it's just a costume.
Work with me, Ginny.
Well, considering it's Halloween, I put together a list of my top 5 scariest DVDs that our viewers should check out. Starting off my list is Danny Boyle's 2003 indie sensation, 28 Days Later. The story starts off 28 days after a killer virus is released in London, which turns people into zombies. The film's main character, Jim, is played by Cillian Murphy, who wakes up alone in an abandoned hospital and searches an empty London cityscape for human life, while avoiding hordes of the undead. This film redefined the zombie genre upon its release and leaves a lasting impression upon viewers. Number 4 on our list, it's Poltergeist. The film deals with one family's struggle to retrieve their daughter from the spirit world and reclaim their house. Although not as shocking or frightening as many of the movies on this list, there is an unnerving quality to the film. It is creepy but never resorts to gore, a quality rarely seen in today's horror films. Credit goes to Tobe Hooper for directing and Steven Spielberg for writing the screenplay to a movie that can be seen by the whole family and scare everybody equally. Third on my list is The Shining. Based on the novel by Stephen King, the 1980 horror epic, The Shining is loved by horror and non-horror fans alike. The plot deals with the inhabitants of the Torrance family in the Overlook Hotel. Jack Nicholson plays struggling writer Jack Torrance, and Shelley Duvall plays his supportive wife, while their clairvoyant son, Danny, learns more about the evils that live within the hotel. Pools of blood, a naked old lady, and Jack being Jack turns this movie into one of the greatest horror films of all time. And at number 2, it's the 1973 classic The Exorcist. The film deals with the possession of an adolescent girl and a fight by her mother to save her from the horrific pain that she is dealing with. In comes 2 Jesuit priests who try to release the girl's soul from the clutches of the devil. The DVD has tons of deleted scenes, and the film stands the test of time pretty well. And topping off my list at number 1, it's the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Brutal, unnerving, revolutionary, and one of the most terrifying movies you will ever see. Tobe Hooper's 1974 film is about 5 young friends who are enjoying an idyllic summer day when they are met by the Leatherface and his cannibalistic family. When this film first screened in the 1970s, it sent people screaming out of the theater. The film's final 10 minutes will leave you gasping for air, not because you are holding your breath, but because you will be screaming for dear life.
All right, well that's a really cool list, Ginny. Those are all the classics. Now it's time to check out the box office for this week.
Coming in at number 5, it's Pride and Glory.
Yipping away at number 4, it's my favorite film of all time, Beverly Hills Chihuahua.
Down 2 places at number 3, it's Max Payne starring Mark Wahlberg.
Opening in second place this week, it's Saw 5.
And in first place, it's the very horrifying High School Musical 3.
And another episode of the Slate crawls back into its coffin. Comments or questions? Please email us at theslateshow@gmail.com and we'll answer the best questions on air.
Also, don't forget to check out our new website at theslate.tv and subscribe to our brand new video podcast.
And don't miss our show next week when we'll be reviewing Kevin Smith's new comedy, Zack and Mary Make a Porno, and Role Models starring Sean William Scott. Goodbye.
And thanks for watching.